Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This can be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you'd like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Remember that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule, okay? It's a good idea to have an empty cup. You really want to see what's up, okay? All right, we're starting off with the Hermit focus. It says teaches philosophy, astrology, okay? Logic, palm reading, and divination and fire, okay? So Hermit energy here, you could be someone that's studying some kind of esoteric wisdom, some kind of metaphysics. You could be studying something that is unorthodox. You could be interested in some kind of practice of spirituality, okay? If it isn't being a reader, it could be maybe you're into studying different herbs, different supplements. Maybe you are also into making soaps or candles. You could also be an author or reader. So you have been to yourself working on your craft, working on what you desire to build. You've been working on this in private. Maybe you've been working on this in private so that it'll be successful. You understand, the rules of being successful. You're not hiding anything, but you just know that this is a passion project for you. And so you're doing a lot of learning, studying, and research, okay? Maybe you do divination as well, okay? Maybe you are a palm reader, okay? Maybe you read fire, okay? Wax. You can read eggshells as well, okay? All right. Mhm. Next card we have here is the Three of Pentacles. We have Orbis here, the Three of Pentacles. And this energy here says answers questions about the past, present, and future, gives dignities, grants the favor of friends and foes, faithful servant, okay? And so this energy is here letting you know that it is present, to work with you as you fine tune your spiritual gifts, as you enhance your intuitive abilities as well. So you may be very aware that you are intuitive, and you could be working on also, I'm picking up on protecting yourself as an empath, meaning practicing spiritual hygiene, making sure you're cleansing your aura, your environment, making sure that you are combating or setting boundaries with allowing negative energy to penetrate your aura. You could be studying and working on this for many reasons. Maybe you work in an environment, maybe you have a job or a 9 to 5 that you work on besides this project here. Where you're interacting with a lot of people on a daily, whether this is on social media or whether this is in person, you're given a lot of interaction, a lot of communication. So you're taking protective measurements. You're setting boundaries to protect yourself. Uh, you're doing the work that is necessary in order to be successful. You could be someone that has an altar in their home as well. Okay. You go and commune with your ancestors. You could have an altar for yourself as well. Not only do you have to have one for your ancestors, but you can have one for yourself. And you could be one of those people. Okay. You could be someone that loves to get out in nature as well, who goes for walks or you spend time in your yard. hmm And so, yes, with the tea here, you could be someone who's maybe going to create their own line of teas to drink and maybe sell to your clients or your customers. Maybe you're working on that. Maybe you're speaking to someone about creating your own brand. Okay. You've been working on this project in private. You've been studying for several years. I'm getting 3 to 4 years, but you've been working on this project for the past 4 to 5 years. Okay. You've been really applying yourself. Okay. And just as this card says, connect with fire, it says, the Three of Pentacles orbit says, answers questions about the past, present, and future, gives dignities. It says grants favor of friends and foes, faithful servant. Oh, it's this one here. Frucus. Frucus says teaches philosophy, astrology, okay, logic, palm reading, divination, and fire, okay, and confirmation here, okay. Connect with fire, okay. So you could be someone who reads fire. You may do your divination through that. You could read smoke, bones, stones, okay, tea leaves, coffee grinds, okay. You cannot use none of these vices at all. You may be practicing doing just reading people just by scanning and looking at their aura as well, okay. You've been in hermit energy because you want to make sure you fine tune your spiritual connection, and you want to also you're studying how to protect yourself because what you are embarking on, your gifts. You're very powerful, whomever you are. You have several gifts, not just one. You're very intuitive. You could have at least 3 to 4 different intuitive gifts, and you want to make sure that things flow. Nice and easy, not perfect, but you want to make sure that you're well versed in your area of study and that things flow with ease. This is something that you respect. You know, you respect your craft. Okay, some call it witchcraft, but you respect your craft. You respect your gifts. You respect the gifts you are given, and you take it seriously. Okay, I see someone very serious, and anyone who doesn't respect your gifts, you're not dealing with them. That's for somebody. Okay. Okay, so this means like if someone is around you, maybe calling you fake or phony, the collective is most likely they wouldn't argue with you. They probably delete you out of their lives. And when I say delete you, no longer deal with you. If you're being disrespectful of their craft, really a wise person would not even deal with you. So that's what I mean by delete you. I don't want you to take that the wrong way. But yeah, you're like, yeah, if you're not supportive in who I am and what I represent, and I can't be myself around you, then why would I deal with you? So you're not allowing anyone to play any games with you. Okay. Oh, okay. You're not playing. That's not playing with y'all. I am who I am. I'm here. I am who I am. And whoever don't like it, ooh, it's a bossy read. Let's read bossy. Whoever don't like it. Ooh. 1 second, ladies and gents. The collective got something to say here. I am who I am. So possibly with this energy coming up, collective, you have received some kind of judgment from outsiders. Okay. Maybe you are a parental figure as well. You could have 1 child, 2 child, 3 children. Doesn't matter. You could be a parental figure. Maybe you're very different. You're very private. Maybe you've had people judge you. Friends, family, neighbors, lovers. People pass judgment on you because you're different. You're unique. You're very nice and to yourself, though. You're not arrogant. You're not rude or disrespectful. You just mind your business. Mind your business. That's what I'm picking up. You're someone who really minds their business. Just like this person is sitting at this altar and they don't chill. This is who you are. You're someone who minds your business. You know, they might catch you going for a walk, but guess what you're doing? Minding your business. They might even catch you sipping some tea, but guess what you're doing? You're minding your business. Yes, okay. With the Ace of Pentacles here, you know, you're like, look, these are my God given gifts, and I will let no one diminish who I am, my character, what I stand for, what I represent. Everyone does not have to like you, who you are, or be supporting of that. And you understand that, collective. But you're like, if you're someone who's coming to, you know, some folks want to come be nosy or come and see what you're doing to see if you're real. Like, let me touch it, see if it's real. Let me touch it, see if it's real kind of energy. So there are people in this world who like the idea of you, but they're not going to do what's necessary to maintain a connection with you. whether it's a friend, whether it's a lover. And so I'm picking up that you have received some people projecting onto you. I won't even call it judgment. They're just projecting their insecurities onto you. Your authenticity and the idea of you embarking you're in your purpose, number one, and your gifts are given to you from the Most High, the divine. And so there's nothing anyone can do about it. They can't take it from you. They can project their judgment onto you all they want to, but it's nothing they can do about it. And so I'm picking up that you have received a lot of cruel disrespect. Um, but you understand as you're working on your craft, as you're developing your self awareness, you're learning that that is not your truth. That is not your energy. That is just people projecting their insecurities onto you because they feel like you're doing something that is deemed evil or negative or unorthodox. Okay. Or if it's not about you going to church or in a cathedral, they're deeming it as evil and wicked. And so you have an understanding that none of that is true. That is all an illusion and it is false. And who you are and who you choose to be, collective, does not make the divine or source love you any less. You are loved and embraced even more from the divine and from your ancestors because you're choosing to walk in your authenticity and be yourself original instead of taking what is given to you. You are loved increasingly even more because you're choosing to stand in your authenticity rather than just settling and taking what is given to you. You're someone who's not afraid to see, that there is more than what meets the two eyes. You understand that there is more working behind the curtain constantly. And you don't mind taking a peek. You don't mind going down that rabbit hole, doing the research, learning. You're very brave and confident, and you're very powerful, and you're not allowing anyone to take you off this path. You could also be someone who is clearing a lot of generational curses and cycles in your life, within your lineage as well. As you're walking in your purpose, you're also clearing karmic debt. And so, the more you become into having an understanding of who you are, it makes it easier and easier and easier to make sure that you're not uncertain. Instead, you are the reciprocal, very confident and reassured in who you are. And the reassurance is the more that people try to attack you and come for you, it lets you know how powerful you are. It lets you know how spiritually connected and gifted you are. You are coming to the understanding now of how protected you are and that you have an army that surrounds you, that you have a connection that is intradable. They can't penetrate it. Okay. Teflon. Okay. That's what I'm hearing. But you're growing more confident within yourself the more that you do the work. So Spirit is saying continue to do the work. Continue to be a student, even though you are a great teacher. I'm speaking to a spiritual teacher and healer as well. You may be a parental figure, or if you're not a parent, you could have children who look up to you and love you like you are their parent. You could also be someone who, when you're out in public, children gravitate to you because they see your light and they know who you are. Okay. Just like animals are very spiritually in tune, so are the children, especially newborns and toddlers. Okay. Even children you don't know may cleave or cling to you. So, but this is positive. That's a positive thing there. Okay. So the more you work on yourself, you're coming into the knowing of who you are, and it's making you stronger, more intelligent, and confident. And I'm also picking up the more events you have of people trying to throw shots, throw shade, project their insecurities because they look at you, collective, as wow. And wow, how dare you and how could you? The how dare you and how could you is I can't see myself standing in my authenticity. How do you find the bravery to do what you do? How do you find the strength and the courage to be brave like you are? And so you're willing to do things that other people are afraid to do. Just because you are on this path that is less traveled. Many are called, but very few choose to answer the call. Okay. I know it's the other way around, but I switched it up on purpose. Okay. One thing about spirituality is it is a path that you make your own. There is no imitating or duplicating. There is no right or no wrong. Okay. You don't have to go by the Bible. You make it a path of your own, and it is for those who are confident and those who do not mind being the enigma when necessary. And so you're not someone who could be embarrassed as well. These are things that you have overcame. You've passed a lot of tests. You've ascended to a greater height, and you're doing wonderful. So your spirit team is saying for you to stay in that energy, stay in that vibration, continue to pour into you, continue to do the work because it is helping you. And it's not for everyone. It's not for the faint. It's not for the faint, and not for the weak. It's just really not. It's a whole new ball game, and there are no rules, okay, except for the laws. You follow the laws, okay? But yeah, you make it a path of your own, and you're doing so. There may have been a time where you felt confused. Um, Confused, such as, you may be from a family who celebrates the pagan holidays, and maybe you may have been someone I'm picking up whom, when the holidays come around, you didn't judge those who chose to worship these rituals, but you weren't as engaged, you weren't as enthusiastic, and you never knew what that was. And so it made you feel like you were blocked or binded to some kind of energy where you wanted to question, why aren't I so excited about these hula days? Why aren't I call them hula days because the hula hoops in a circle, and that's what the pagan rituals do, keep you in a circle. That's a whole nother video. But all are welcome on this channel. Doesn't matter what your belief system is. But you could be someone who used to question yourself, like, everybody is turned up about doing the same old thing whenever they're told to do it on a specific day. People are stressing out about it, going in debt about it, pretending and fronting about it. But I'm not that excited. I wonder why. You could have been someone who would question yourself. And what it was, Spirit is saying, you just didn't have an interest in celebrating those holidays, and that's okay. But you felt different. You felt like you didn't belong because possibly, like I said, you are from a family who's saturated in people who they believe in those things, okay? And it's okay for them to believe in those things. But the problem was that you felt your entire life as a small child, even in your adulthood, that you just weren't interested in the things that your family and friends were interested in. And this nudged at you for a long time. Like, why aren't I interested in what the world is interested in? Because, you're not of this world, you're in this world, and you have come to the understanding of that. The understanding to look at it from the outside view, and the understanding to connect spiritually with thyself. And so you know who you are now, and it feels good. You feel more grounded. And that's why the Ace of Pentacles is here. That's why the door is open for you to walk through. You've earned the right of passage. And your spirit team is saying, here, my child, we see you. You've done the work. You've applied yourself. You've had people being sneaky and deceitful. You overcame that. Whether this was family, mother, father, friend, man, sister, brother, uncle, cousin, lover, whomever, you've overcame that deceitful behavior, the betrayal, the thievery, people being inappropriate with you, the gossip, the slander. You've overcame it. You survived. You persevered. For a long time, you felt isolated and confused because you just come through the portal. You just come through the bloodline to fulfill your contractual duties here. So that's why the door is open and we're gifting you this pinnacle. This pinnacle represents many things, not just money. This represents you knowing thyself. This represents you connecting with your ancestors and also connecting with the Christ within, going within and doing the work, doing the healing work, surrendering what no longer serves you, and not being afraid to be your original self. It's easy to paint something pretty, it's easy to cover something up. But what the toughest job is that the humans here on the planet Earth and in the matriarchs has a problem with is going within, is staring in that mirror and, asking the questions and getting that cry out, getting that scream out, surrendering that pain, even if you got to cry for some hours, even if you got to scream, write it down, burn it up, whatever it is, but tapping into what the trauma is, what the pain is, and surrendering it. Really stepping into your own. And the more that you choose to do the work, you'll learn that a lot of the things you experience, the lot of the negative energy that has impacted you collective was never yours. That's the fun fact about spirituality. It was never yours. It was never yours. That's the fun fact. Those who know, it was never yours. It was never yours. And so now when you clean your energy, when you practice your spiritual hygiene, you do those spiritual baths, or you recognize someone throwing evil energy at you without them even opening their mouth, you know how to take care of that. It ain't always got to be with a smudge. And it doesn't mean that you're going to harm anyone. But you know how to take care of that. So I'm picking up, you fight different. You don't do it in the physical. You're not trying to do anything to hurt anybody. You know how to transmute. You know how to recalibrate your energy and keep your vibration up. That's all that's needed. That's all that's needed. Energy goes where the mind flows. You're keeping your vibration up. You're transmuting that energy. That's all that is needed. You don't need to manipulate no one. You don't need to wish nobody harm. You don't need to project onto anyone. You don't need to throw nobody the evil eye. It's not needed. The Nazar. You don't need to throw that. You're learning to connect with Earth. The simple things year round, whether it's hot, cold, rainy, whatever, snowy. You buggling up, you're like, I'm going outside. Fine tuning. Fine tuning. And you're not ashamed to be you. You're not ashamed to be you. And that is what caused people to project. That is what caused people to try to get a kiki. And I'm also picking up people have tried, but they never succeed to like embarrass you or make you sound like you're silly or you're crazy. They try, but it doesn't work. No weapon formed against the collective will ever work. Return to sender. Return to sender. It makes no sense. But people gonna do what they do to be mad at anybody, to be jealous of anyone. It will bring a lot of dollars to focus on yourself, find what you're passionate about, and go work on that. It's none of your business why the collective don't want to be a follower. It's none of your business what they worship. It's none of your business they wearing a crystal. It's none of your business they reading cards. It's none of your business that they're building and co-creating. That's really nobody's business. So Spirit is saying, let people have their opinions. That's part of the duality. It exists in all things. And you will find the more work you do on yourself, that's just people showing you who they are. In the words of the late, great Maya Angelou, people show you who they are, simply believe them. People are projecting how they feel about themselves on a daily collective. If you just observe, you don't have to say nothing. Just be still Listen and let people speak. They will tell you a lot without you saying or asking anything. And you'll be like, straight up on the inside. Straight up. All right, check mark. Check mark. Stay away from that one. Check mark. You may also be someone who you are a loner. You're not an introvert. You like being alone. You can get with this or get with that. You could deal with people or not deal with people. It doesn't make you or break you. And so when people invite you places or offer you things, they may become upset because you don't be in agreement. You don't have to be in agreement. Or they may try to zhuzh up, meaning make up a reason of why you didn't show up or why you didn't say yes. But you know what that is? That is them projecting how they feel personally about themselves when they don't show up to events. They're not accustomed, collective, to people like you being real, keeping it 100. They're not accustomed to that. They're used to pump faking and pretending and dressing things up to be beautiful and pretty, and the inside be a wreck. The inside is a mess, spiritually, emotionally disheveled, baggage, bags on top of bags, bags, bags. You somewhere chilling with the sound bowl. A sound bowl, that's silly. No, it's not. Not to the collective. You don't have peace, you have nothing at all. There are folks with plenty of money, but they have no peace, and they will tell you that they have no peace. World-renowned celebrities will tell you that they have no peace. And you'll be like, you a billionaire? They'll be like, but still I have no peace. Once you find your peace of mind, once you find, who you are and you're comfortable in that, don't let nobody derail you, collective. Don't let nobody stop you. You don't need permission to be great. Nobody is going to want it more than you. Nobody outside of you is going to want you to be more happy, confident, successful, loved, beautiful, healthier than you. And don't expect it from nobody either. You have to get up and root for you every day of your life. Every day, root for you. Make the best of every moment. Change is always happening. Whatever you're going through you don't like, it won't be that way forever. Stand on that. Change is always happening. Nothing is forever. But don't allow anyone to deter you from your path. If you're interested and intrigued on starting something, researching something, go for it. You don't need permission. A person can inspire you and motivate you, but they can only speak to you from their experiences. They can only speak to you from what they have endured or what they have saw. And just because they have endured something don't mean you're going to endure it. Just because they saw somebody else didn't make it in nursing school don't mean you're not going to make it in nursing school. Just because they saw somebody else not be a good bus driver don't mean you ain't going to be a good bus driver. Just because they auntie didn't get a chance to retire from Chrysler don't mean you ain't going to get a chance to retire from Chrysler. Just because the company didn't promote old boy nephew don't mean your niece ain't going to be promoted. You can receive the inspiration and the motivation, but be careful. People can only speak to you from what they have endured, experienced, and what they have observed. That go for all of us. So you still have to do the work on yourself. You still have to work on yourself. You have to put it in and be confident. And when you receive information or advice, you have to sift through it like the little strainer when you're sifting powdered sugar over them chocolate delicious brownies. You have to sift through what's real, what's fake, what is and what ain't. Don't take everything as face value. Oh, I heard it didn't work for them. It ain't going to work for me. Well, if you think that it ain't going to work for you, then guess what the answer is? Don't let people trick you out of your spot. Don't let folks talk you out of believing in yourself. Don't let People talk you out of loving life, loving who you are, being grateful, being thankful. Make the best of every moment. I don't care what's going on with you. Take what you have, work with that. Tomorrow's a new day. Something's going to give. Something's going to pop. And yes, you can teach yourself. Somebody's watching or going to see this and they want to know, can they teach themselves? Yes, you can teach yourself all day long. Yes, you can. No one can tell you what you can't do. You don't need permission to be great. You never did. Continue to ground yourself because it's needed and it's necessary. Keep your business to yourself. Keep your next moves to yourself. And who cares what they thinking? Who cares? You keep building and creating. You're very talented and gifted. You have a lot of beautiful ideas. There's a lot of platforms that you can put your ideas on, a lot of ways to advertise. You may not be around the right people who are interested in what you have going on, but that doesn't mean that you can't work towards it. You can work on it every day, all day, and advertise and promote yourself and let the right eyes and ears gravitate. There's an audience for everybody. There's customers for everybody. There's clients for everybody. You might be a nail tech to do a special kind of nail, a new look. You might got a new idea. Go on and post it. There's somebody who want to wear that. You could be a hairstylist with a new idea. Post it. There's somebody who wants to wear that. They want to hit you up. They want you to do theirs. You really have to make your path one of its own. Never look to imitate or duplicate. Do your best, but bet on you every day. Do you. What's good for one may not be good for the next person. So let people talk. Let them judge. Ignore them, stay silent. And a lot of people, they like to throw shots or try to humiliate you because they want to provoke you. A lot of these people want to intrigue some kind of argument. I'm picking up somebody want to prove you ain't peaceful, collective. They want to prove you ain't nice, you ain't kind, you ain't smart. So when they get you around people in a crowd, they say things to try to trigger you. And they think you don't notice. You know it now because I just told you. I would ignore them and stay silent. If you have to be around these people, ignore them. It's your aura, it's your energy. You're doing the work. And when you're doing the work, your aura is going to clash with other people's. You carrying the light, they dark as ever. So they vamping from you. They're vamping your energy. And you feel drained sometimes when you come from these people and you got to go reground and transmute. That's what it is. And you're going to keep doing it. You already know that. I ain't got to tell you. Folks going around carrying a bunch of heavy, dark mess. Stuff from their childhood. Stuff they have going on in their head about how they feel about themselves. They don't feel pretty. They don't feel handsome. Somebody called them Bigfoot. Somebody told them they wasn't good enough. Who cares? Somebody said they got a big head. Who cares? You better rock that onion or that apple. You better love you. You love you first every day. And then you can magnetize. Then you can magnetize that energy you want to come towards you. Continue studying always. And there's no rush. There's no reason to rush. There's no reason to be anxious. Take your time. Take your time. Sync with the moon. You may be into moon gazing. Your mints may run by the moon cycle. You're very connected. Yes, your mints menstruation may run by the moon cycle, preferably the full moon. Soak your feet sometime. This is real good. Get you some Epsom salt. Or some sea salt. You ain't got no Epsom salt. Put you some oils up in there. Soak your feet. Light you a candle. Take them out and give yourself a foot massage. Okay? Give yourself a sweet treat. You ain't got to tell me to. This sweet treat can be many things, whether it's a food, a dessert, taking yourself out, doing something nice for yourself, okay? Getting that book that you got in the cart, you keep saying you're going to order, go on and order that book. Yeah, go on get that book. It's too much for you to be concerned about other people. Even if you're not someone who's into spirituality or this reading, you may be inspired to just do you just from listening to it. Do you. Exercise your middle finger. Exercise your middle finger like it's on a Jenny Craig diet or like it's on a diet. Flex. I mean that metaphorically. Don't stick it up in nobody. I mean, if you want to, you're going to do what you want to do anyway. You got to really say, uck it. You got to really say, uck it, collective. Uck it. God is good. You are loved. We all are loved. We all are valuable. We all have purpose. There's great things awaiting us, great, wonderful, magnificent things, but the goal is to keep going and not give up. Don't let folks get you shooken and stirred and upset. Do you. Do things that make you happy. Things that make you smile. You going to hang out, go be around people that uplift you. Sometimes pull out the journal, get to writing, write your thoughts down. Or sometimes there's a need just to be still. Yeah, connect with your ancestors. Connect with your ancestors. Communicate. If you're anywhere in life, whether you know people, you don't know people, indoors, outdoors, if you even feel the sensation of someone's frequency is off, somebody is nasty, they don't have good intentions, don't say nothing to them. Don't sit by them. Don't look at them. Don't engage in no gossip either about nobody. Leave all that stuff to stay focused on you. That's what somebody need to hear. Because you may say, I'm not on a spiritual path. I'm not. Okay, but you're on a spirit. You still a spiritual being. You here in the world. And you need to know that, when you're challenged with these different events of people projecting onto you, you need to know what it is. It's not you. It ain't even about you. It's about the person who's trying to insult you or trigger you to get you upset, to get you to the point where you want to fight and scream and make a scene. It's a setup. Give them nothing. They have nothing to work with. Be creative. Get into some painting. Get your coloring book and some crayons. Real talk. Everything ain't got to be work, 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 turn up, turn up, turn up. You can do some wind down activities. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. But do the work. Do the energy work. Do the work. This is always good. Cleaning your space. This is always a wonderful thing. Turn on your favorite music and get busy. That playlist. And sometimes we all have to just stop and Breathe deep, you know, breathe deep. We all have to stop and just really breathe deep. Don't allow these people to affect you. Don't respond. Don't talk to them. Don't look at them. Don't sit next to them. Don't engage. If there's something you're passionate about, work on that. Put your energy all into you. Put it all into you, collective. And you don't need everybody to like you. You don't need everybody to support you. What you need is you to show up for you every day, you to love you every day. It takes confidence to keep thriving, to keep going. And it's terrible and sad that there are people who want to see people down and out and under destruction. But that's out of our control. But what's in our control is raising the vibration and doing that energy work. It's fully in our control. Every moment, from the music we listen to, the movies we watch, how we speak to ourselves, how we treat others, how we treat Mother Earth, the thoughts that run through our head, even about your ex. That's for somebody. Don't wish your ex no harm, because if they're in high frequency, you know that's coming back to you. Be careful. Don't wish nobody no harm. So you got to be so focused on you, your mind don't even go there. That's for somebody. That ain't for everybody. But remain optimistic about your present as well as your future. Stay in your craft, stay in your study. Keep doing what you're doing. I like the idea that you have this no nonsense energy. You're like, look, if you ain't supportive or positive, I ain't messing with you. So there could be some people collective that feel like they don't have access to you. You stop talking to them. They feel like you are above them. This has nothing to do with you. I said they feel like you're not arrogant. You're unreachable. You're ascending. You're raising your vibration. You're doing the work. You're cleaning your space. You're doing the work. You're taking deep breaths. You're rejuvenating. You're recalibrating. These things work. It may sound like a myth to you. It may sound like a joke, but these things actually work. Every action has a reaction, and these things work. They bring a major positive reaction. There are folks that want you burdened and stressed, but you don't need to waste time arguing with anyone. You are a protected collective, and it's okay to be great. You don't need permission for that. It's okay to move on. It's okay to let go people, places, and things that don't serve you for your highest good. You don't need to announce this. You don't need to explain. Just remove yourself and keep doing you. There could be someone from the past that wants your attention, wants your time, wants your energy. Maybe they're interested in you. Maybe they're thinking about you. Ex-lover or friend or a family member that you no longer deal with. But there was a point in time where you chose to walk away from this person. It could be for many reasons. Maybe you were just bored of the connection. Maybe they were unfaithful. Maybe they were dishonest. Maybe you found out they were involved with something that didn't interest you and you didn't want to be part of that. Maybe this connection gave you some kind of anxiety. And you said, forget that, I want to go to sleep. And the moment that you left this person alone, you started sleeping better. Isn't that something? When certain people ain't at work, you have a good day. You stop dealing with people, you have a good life. Ain't that something? You don't deal with them, life is good. They don't show up at work, work is good. Everybody be at work having a good old time. So-and-so here, nope, come on, y'all. Whew. Don't let nobody tip your scales. Don't let nobody throw you off course. There will be many things that will arrive, that will try to, but you have full control and power not to. Don't engage. Give them nothing. They have nothing to work with. 11 equaling 2. 2 represents balance, unity, partnerships, balance. Keep that balance. It's easy. It's easy. Because the more you do the work, the more you're going to ascend. The more you do the work, the more prosperity and abundance. The more you do the work, the more good you're going to look, male or female. Your skin look good. You look good. People who thought you were unattractive, all of a sudden you look good to them. The more silent and quieter you be, you become more attractive. You're intriguing. You're a mystic. You're alluring. You're drawing energy to you, but it can be both positive and negative. But that's where doing the work comes in at, where you're able to decipher what's for you and what isn't. And what ain't for you, you putting in that pile and you're not turning back to it. You're putting it in that pile and you're constantly walking away from it. There's no need to feel defeated. There's no need to argue. You're constantly walking away from it and you're like, oh, let me go do some cleaning. Let me go do some creating. Let me go do some reading. Oh, let me just go take myself out. Type ish. And the more you do the work, you're constantly moving forward to where there's increasingly more peace, high vibrational, like-minded energy, people, places, and things that does resonate with you, collective. That's what doing the work is about. And doing the work isn't hard. You pick one thing one day at a time and work on it. And work on it. There's no pressure. There's no rush and there's no pressure. It's simple things that can be done. You do the research and you find what works for you to recalibrate and cleanse that energy. It's a lot of things that are very simple, easy peasy. They say when you know better, you do better. Yeah, you do what's good for you. And then you're attracting that romance, new love, new kind of love, non-toxic love. Someone who has been through as much as you has been through. They're not with the drama either. They want peace. You're beginning to withhold some kind of je ne sais quoi, that special thing that nobody can put a name on. And then the more you do the work, look, you're on a whole nother timeline. You are unreachable. These old people of the past, or these people who are projecting, these insecure, low vibrational people, doesn't matter who they are, they don't even know how to hold a conversation with you. Because I'm also picking up, they know that you are intuitive. They know that there's something special about you. They also know that you can read their energy. But some of them is not so quite sure with the maybe. Like, I don't know. I think they probably be intuitive. I heard something about new age or something about cards. They might be psychic. I don't. Maybe they know that I be talking ish about them. Maybe they know I really don't like them. Maybe they know I'm projecting my insecurities. Maybe they're confused. They don't know. But the wheel is constantly turning. I wouldn't stop it a day, a moment, a second, a minute, an hour. And when you are amongst the haters, the projectors, the ones who are low vibe, insecure, hurt, and these also don't be mistaken, collective. Don't get it twisted or confused, okay? Don't be fooled. I gotta share this with y'all. Do not think for a moment because somebody has more materialism than you. I don't care if you feel they have a newer car. Maybe you're single, they're married. Maybe they went to college, you didn't. Maybe they have a bigger house. Maybe you got an apartment, you got a house. Maybe they bought theirs, you renting. Maybe you got a roommate situation, whatever. Do not assume because you see a bunch of material wealth that a person has it all together. Do not assume that they are the ish. Do not assume that they are superior to you. It is okay to have a fantastic life and enjoy all the material things that you desire. There's nothing wrong with that. But to feel like because you have a lot of name brand or high end expensive items that your value is more heightened than someone is not to somebody else is not true. It's false. Don't be fooled by that. Because in many cases where people feel that way, material wealth is then considered to be illusional gain. Because the moment that you are measuring how much material goods you have to define the value of who you are versus those outside of you, it's an illusional gain. It's okay to accomplish it, buy it, all that. But when you're using it to compare yourself to people, then you really have nothing at all. Don't assume these people are happy or perfect. Don't be fooled. It's a lot of people who are fooled. They think that. It's an illusion. The more money you make, some people, not all, the more bills they create. It becomes a habit and an upkeep. What you see people work for and they earn. Not all, but some. They work for it and they earn the right to buy those things. But also there's a responsibility and there's a maintenance and there's an upkeep and it becomes a cycle. And for some people, not all people, it can become very stressful. Yes, I have 6 vehicles. Yeah, but you got to pay insurance 6 times too. Don't be fooled. And these people will tell you they will agree with you and say, yes, it is a responsibility. It's an obligation. It's a responsibility. It's an obligation. And not for all, but for some, it becomes stressful. So don't assume that these people or this person, because they may have something, you feel they have more than you. Don't, oh, they must be right. They said I shouldn't write that book because I'm not a good writer. I can't speak, I shouldn't write. Look, you better know that you're special. Kevin Gates. Go listen to it. Feelings. I like all music. I like all music. Yo, don't be fooled. That's a responsibility, an obligation. There are requirements. And then depending on what it is, there are requirements. Maintaining. Then it becomes a lifestyle. The consistency of maintaining the lifestyle, of keeping it going, keeping the cycle going. You can only keep the cycle going in a circle so long. I can only do this so long before my wrist or something is going to do what? Get tired and want to do what? Stop. Don't be tricked, man. Don't look down on yourself. It's nothing wrong with being wealthy, successful, buying high-end stuff. But I'm speaking to someone who needs to hear that. Don't be assuming that you are less than because you are witnessing someone else having more material than you. Let those things inspire you. And those who are projecting onto you, who may have more material, don't think that they are right or let with their words, the words that they say, let it pierce through your heart like the 3 of swords. Don't. Because you will find the more you do the work, just a fish in a cup, just a fish in a cup. As you allow the unlearning and unlock your true higher self, unlock the MVP, the star player, you will find out the truth that what you thought, the things you thought held value has no value at all. You're the most valuable person in the room. Know thyself. Learn to master yourself. Don't let it control you. You control it. That's for somebody. Everything has to be done within balance. Don't let them people fool you. Even people who sit up and say, "Oh, I'm married. I ain't got to worry about that." Ain't nobody asked you that. We already know you married. And nobody is jealous that you married. Knock it off. There are women who say that. There are men who say that. "Oh, I'm married. My wife take care of that." If someone asks them a question or they're in a general conversation, I've heard men say it and women too. If someone's asking you a question, you either got the answer or you don't. But all that, "I don't know, I'm married." That don't mean them people happy. Don't let it fool you. Don't let it fool you. I got a husband. I ain't got to worry about that. That don't mean they happy. Being single does not mean that you're depressed, and being married does not mean you're happy. I'm being told to convey this because there are some illusions that are being dispersed onto the collective. Some assumptions. Them people, it ain't what you think it is, homie. I don't even talk like that. Somebody say homie a lot. It ain't what you think it is, homie. It ain't. It is not. It is not. And then you have people who are being verbally misused in their own home and will leave out their home and go to work and project on everybody around them. Be careful. You might have a supervisor or somebody who might be getting slapped up at the crib, getting dog walked, but showing up to work like they the boss. Yeah, they the boss, all right, until they pull in that driveway. We do not promote violence, but we will laugh. Yes, we will. We will laugh all through this life. We will laugh, cry, scream, do whatever's necessary. All emotions are good and healthy to release. But that's what somebody need to hear. That don't believe everything you see. Don't stop. Folks are pump faking. Somebody who thinks they're in authority, because those who are in authority ain't in authority. Everybody got a boss. That's illusional game. That's illusional authority. They ain't in authority for real. Somebody showing up, just getting nasty and just very disrespectful. Okay, we know you're in authority. You may be the supervisor, the manager, the administrator, whoever you are, but you don't have to talk to everybody like they're dirt up under your boot, like they're dirt up under your nail, and you're about to flick it to the trash. That same person that's giving you a hard time, that same supervisor, they might be getting dog walked at the crib, male or female. Men go through things too. Men go through stuff in relationships. If you have a male supervisor, he may be getting dogged in his household. People talking to him like he ain't nothing. Vice versa, if you have a female supervisor or manager. And instead of leaving that unhealthy situation, they choose to come to work. I ain't gonna say they don't know, because folks do know, they just choose not to. I'm gonna go to work and see how many employees I can mistreat today. They choose to do that. And everybody know them for being this nasty person. I'm talking about extremely nasty. That's for somebody. Somebody got a supervisor or somebody who's just cold and nasty. And when I say nasty, I mean bold. Like bold, just bold with it. Beyond the books disrespectful, meaning this manager or supervisor then broke some policies, kind of disrespect to the employees, and said some things that should not have been said. And just because they getting dog walked at the crib, that ain't no excuse for that. But I'm conveying that because they want you to know the different things. Don't believe when people be doing ish to y'all. It's not about you. Protect yourself, defend yourself, but it's not about you. People are revealing who they are and how they feel about themselves. They revealing their collective, and you don't have to say nothing. Just listen. Let people talk and listen. Just try it. Next person you're in a conversation with, whether you know them or a stranger, don't say nothing to them. Just listen. You can listen for 5 seconds and pick up on something. Just listen. Don't say nothing. Don't respond. Don't tell them what you're doing. You just listen. And when they're out of your presence, I bet you come up with an answer for that math. I bet you come up with an answer like, wow, I didn't know that. Because you're doing the work. I'm speaking to people who are doing the work. You're empathic. You pick up on people's energy. You see people rolling their eyes and staring, and you really don't care. You see them, so you're like, you know what? I'm just not going to talk to you because you're crazy. I don't know you. I don't want to know you, but you're crazy, and I see you. Don't let them steal your joy. Don't let them do it. It's a world full of angry people. People are mad because they done made choices in their life that they wish they didn't make. And instead of doing what I always talk about, which is leaving the situation, there are people who are so low vibrational, and this is pretty low, that they feel, oh, I don't like the way I'm being treated, but I might as well stay. Well, Ninja, if you choose to stay, you can't dump that out on everybody else. You can't dump that out on everybody else because you chose to stay. You can't do that. It's not fair. It's not. But people do it and it happens. Stay focused on you. Keep loving you. Keep loving you. Keep showing up for you. Don't ever let nobody put fear or doubt in your heart. The world exists of duality in all people, places, and things. There are good people, bad people, happy people, sad people. But in reality, the truth is nobody wants anyone to win. Nobody wants to see anyone win. They'll pretend, they'll talk a good game. Oh, we need to do this in the community. We need to do. At the moment somebody that they know start progressing, they got a problem with it. That person fake, they phony, they try to slander their character. They have a problem with it. And you know why? Because the idea of anyone progressing and that means the person next to you has to observe it. And if they have to observe it, collective, you're sending off the signals in their spirit, in their aura. It's like you're sounding the alarm. We are all mirrors to each other. We are reflections to each other, whether we know each other or not. It's not about where you're from or your belief system. When a person chooses to be brave, such as yourself, what this reading is about, you want to get into some kind of spiritual practice and people trying to judge you and throw negative energy, they cannot stop you. People don't like that. They want to know your bravery, your confidence. Oh, I wish I was brave. You ain't got to wish, just be it. They're supposed to be inspired and motivated. We all are supposed to be inspired and motivated whenever we witness any level of progress in life. Doesn't matter who we are, but inspired and motivated to work on things that we like, that we're passionate about. Not to imitate what you're doing, but we're supposed to be encouraged. Like, you know what? I'm going to go work on that thing I said I like. But the reality is that's not how it is. You know, because there are people, I just got to bring it up. I can't stop bringing it up, who are in a lot of unhealthy relationships. And it meets the breaking news story every day of somebody, being eliminated from being in a DV situation because they were in an unhealthy situation. They were in a marriage or relationship that they knew was over a long time ago. You knew that, that person was on the edge, but you stayed. You continue to stay. You continue to force yourself where you know you ain't wanted. Nobody should never have to tell you twice that they don't want you. But stay focused on you. Don't let nobody change you or stop you. They want you to be inspired to give up and be afraid and in fear because they are in fear. There are folks who attend church out of fear. Go to church to fellowship. That's my opinion. Go to church to fellowship. Go to church because you want to be there. You going because you saw somebody else go and you're going out of fear, which is low vibrational. False evidence appearing real. You're going out of fear. And then you learn to quote the Bible, but you're not learning to read the Bible. You're not even decoding. You're just reading. You're just reading it. Literally. Do what you love. Go to fellowship. Go because you want to go. Anybody can read a book and quote a page. I got plenty of books. Plenty of them. Let's see. 1, 2, I have 3 bookshelves. About to get me a 4th one. But that means nothing that you can quote a scripture, but you're not harnessing nothing that you have read. Because you're not even decoding what you read. And you're only attending out of fear of what somebody told you to do, or somebody put fear in you and told you something's going to happen to you. This is for who needs to hear it. What is for me will never pass me by. I'll stand on that. I'll stand on that. You never want to operate or do anything out of fear. And that's coming up because the person, collective, or the people who are projecting onto you, they're Bible thumpers. That's what this is. Oh, I know that scripture. That's so and so. But what does it mean to you? Is it teaching you to pass judgment? Is it teaching you to measure people? The next person that chooses to project onto you, know that is an energy or entity that is separated from source, from the divine. Know that, collective. Continue to be brave and be bold. Later.